Rodgers has finally made his decision, and it's not a surprising one. He has decided to finally sign to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, the team that he has been linked with since the end of last season, since the Steelers let go of Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, both letting them walk in free agency, since the Steelers did not decide to take a quarterback in the early rounds of the draft. They decided to take Will Howard, roll with Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson into the offseason, and expected us to not believe that Aaron Rodgers was not lingering in the distance. Aaron Rodgers finally signed a one-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers to be their quarterback. He's going to be their quarterback one for the 2025-2026 season. Now, I like the Steelers. I like what they have going on with their organization. I like Mike Tomlin, winning coach, never had a losing record. That's a stat you totally never heard before. And what they did last season actually surprised me. They went above expectations. They went 10-7, I believe, with Russell Wilson as their quarterback. A Russell Wilson, as of late, who has been garbage, who got 70 put on him just 2 seasons ago, came back with the Steelers and kind of like looked like he was reviving his career, but then towards the end of the season, it was like, this is not going to work. This is not a true quarterback to have on a playoff team. It's still a less than Russell Wilson, who is just game managing his way to wins. Because the Steelers, their defense is going to win them games, their coaching is going to win them games, and that offense was just managing them and riding on the backs of the organization, the coaching, the culture, and the defense to the playoffs in a tough division. So they went 10-7, made the playoffs in a tough division. Now, Aaron Rodgers is a clear upgrade from Russell Wilson. Despite all the hate he gets, it's mostly because of what he does outside of football. I don't pay attention to that, but that's where the hate stems from. And I still think he's a really, really good quarterback in this league, and could be a really good quarterback for the Steelers, and still be a good quarterback this upcoming season. You know, he's good. He's better than what he gets credit for. He's better. His last season with the Jets was statistically better than his last season with the Packers, which is not something that's talked about. And just before that season with the Packers, he was a back-to-back MVP. So take that what you want, but Aaron Rodgers is still a really good quarterback. The arm's still there, the accuracy's still there. The only thing that's not there is the mobility and the footwork, which coming off of a ruptured Achilles, first season coming off a ruptured Achilles, you're not going to feel the same. You're not going to play the same. You're not going to have the same confidence. But hopefully that second season now, he's going into his second season coming off of a ruptured Achilles, he'll have more confidence. He's more comfortable in his body. He's more comfortable on his feet. I'm more comfortable, and you'll see some of the mobility come back to him, but he's still old, so it's not going to be all the way there. Now, one-year deal, this is a clear last season for him. It's a clear retirement season, and it's perfect. He plays the NFC North and plays the Jets in this season. Week 1, it's the Jets. Week 8, it's the Packers. Week 12, it's the Bears. Week 16, it's the Lions. And he also plays the Vikings somewhere in there. So he plays all his old foes. He plays the Jets, plays both of his former teams. So it's a perfect setup for retirement for Aaron Rodgers. And I believe it's a good fit, and I believe it's an upgrade at quarterback for sure. Obviously from what they have now, but from last season, where they were playoff contenders. And I believe they're going to be playoff contenders, even though they have to play the Ravens twice and the Bengals twice. Both teams looking to be vastly better than last season. Both teams looking for revenge. Now, so I think the Steelers are in a really good spot. You know, they got DK Metcalf, even though they moved off of Pickens. They're trying to get Jonnu Smith. They're trying to get some weapons around Aaron Rodgers. But they'll be still good, even if they roll out with the team they have now, because that defense, that culture is going to win them games. And Aaron Rodgers is an upgrade, so that's going to help them win some more games. So I think they'll still have a 10-7 record, make the playoffs, and it gives Aaron Rodgers an opportunity in his last season to make a push, hopefully, to stay in the playoff picture. Because with the Jets, he was the one being looked on to move them into the playoff picture. But now the Steelers are already always in the playoff picture, so now he can just help the Steelers move up a step in the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers, a good move, I believe, and I hope it works out, and I hope it's going to be entertaining, because he gets to play all these teams, he gets to compete, gets to be on a playoff team, not a contending team, but a playoff team at all. And Aaron Rodgers, I think he's still pretty good Aaron Rodgers. I think he's going to show some signs of Aaron Rodgers.